'Tis I, Mike Martins. Welcome to another very special and very informative edition of Trends in the Housing Market. So here it is, a bit of a lag on the start here, but I'm getting used to it and getting used to this new format that YouTube is throwing out there, which is everything takes getting used to when things change every couple of weeks here. I got some big stories to cover tonight for you guys. I mean, we got some big things happening, and lo and behold, it's in real estate. Real estate's making headlines all over. And man, you guys have no idea what I got in store for you guys tonight. So sit back, tune in. It is time for Trends in the Housing Market. I want to thank everyone for tuning in and being part of the channel, being part of the show, and being part of the greater good, I guess, or the good of understanding. You know, we don't want free housing. I don't want anyone to think that this channel or this show is dedicated for free housing for people. No, it's called Better Jobs, so people could make a choice in what kind of housing they want to live in. We don't want a more affordable housing. We want better jobs. We want wages to be alongside with inflation. I don't care if inflation goes up, but I want wages to coincide with it. There's a lot of things. And wages have not been coinciding with real estate about in the last 10, 15 years. So a lot of people are out of the woods, out of the dark, and out of the sky, and stepping into what, right? So tonight we're going to be covering that. I got so many big stories for you guys tonight. Woo! Trends in the housing market. So TJH is in the comment section right now, putting up some real strong commentary there in the comments. So I'm going to read his comments for you. Let me go back up to the top to what he said. This is really good in the comments right here. TJH, good time to buy or not? No. Let me go back up. Okay. TJH says, listen to this, okay, guys? I'm thinking of buying a 3-bedroom, 2-bath on 1 acre of land in Point Roberts for $185,000. I hold both a Canadian and American passport, but have been living in the Lower Mainland my entire life. Then he goes on to say, good time to buy or not? The exact same house, but built in 1969 in Boundary Bay, 1,000 meters away from Canada. So where he's living is going to be about 1,000 meters away from the Canadian border, right? Okay. So basically, it says here, now let me continue here. 1.6, so here it is. Good time to buy the exact same house built in 1969 in Boundary Bay, 1,000 meters in Canada, is going for $1.6 million with no land. With no land, I say. With no land. Okay, then he goes on to say, right on the Maple Beach area of Point Roberts. Yeah, I will look over the fine point since I have an American passport holder. I can live there all year round with no worries. Then he says, wish more Canadians had the option to go live in the States year round like the retired guy you just made a video about. And then he goes on, Vancouver prices are up 5% on average since COVID. Then he goes on to say, now listen to what he says here. This is really good point he makes here. Canadians looking to escape overpriced for being priced out of simple housing. So here on the channel, when we're talking about, oh, buddy's gonna cost him $700,000 to build a house. Guys, he's not building a mansion. He's not building Taj Mahal. He's just building a mediocre home. That's all he's building. $1 million to buy a home. Okay, it's not a mansion, guys. So people watching this in parts of the United States, in Australia, they know what's going on. Now, in Australia, they know the game. They know what's going on. In the UK, same thing. They know what's going on. They're awake in those places because they've been completely bought out of their markets. Okay, so hold on a second, guys. 21 years. What the hell am I talking about? 21 years. I got something to say about 21 years. Somebody asked me the other day a very educated question. Mike, how long would it take for the U.S. to wake up and realize that they're bought out of their own, that the people in America are bought out of their own housing market? It's going to take 21 years for it to be like Canada and Australia. Why? Because America has more cities than Canada, Australia, UK, South Africa, and like most of the combined English-speaking countries combined. So it's a major, major deal. It's a major, major issue. But unfortunately, the United States will not feel that ripple effect of affordable housing. You could go to any other state and just live a normal life. Be a manager at the 7-Eleven and live a decent life. You know what I'm saying? So the deal is, what's been happening is people don't have the option. People don't have that option like in the US. It's going to take roughly 21 years for Americans to be bought out of their own country. Unfortunately, if you live in Toronto, all the way to Niagara Falls to Windsor, Ontario, all the way north to Ottawa, you're bought out. You have nowhere left to go in Canada. I mean, yeah, if you want to go to somewhere like 2 hours out of Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, in the middle of nowhere, unless you want to go 2-3 hours outside of north of Edmonton and find some place to live and stuff, sure, you might be able to find stuff when you get to those places. But right now, trying to be a manager at a 7-Eleven and still be able to afford a mortgage in Canada is completely out of reach. There's still about 35 states where you could live in and still be a manager at 7-Eleven and still own your own property without having an issue paying it off. You know, the issue is paying it off. Oh, the interest rates are low. Anyone can afford now. This is the best time opportunity of a lifetime to buy. Yeah, right. All right, guys. Let me just turn my phone off here. If my internet is something's wrong with my internet. It looks like it's just all over the place tonight. So hopefully we can get a nice steady stream here for you guys. But I ain't getting a steady stream, so I'm gonna turn off my phone. I think my Wi-Fi is on. Hopefully that will, maybe something's draining off my phone. Give you guys the best reception humanly possible here. Okay, so let's go here. Lumber price is gonna go up in Canada. Now, TJH, is very interesting that you brought that up. Now let me tell you a lumber story. Now, I brought this up last week, and I confirmed it with my friend, was it Marco? Yeah, Marco. He's building a cottage, and he paid $36,000 for lumber in Canadian dollars, like converted. $36,000 in lumber to build a big, a decent-sized cottage here in Canada. He had to buy the lumber from, like, North Dakota or something, because if he bought the lumber from Canada, it cost him $101,000. So he bought the Canadian lumber in America and shipped it to Canada. And it was like a quarter of the price. He did pay tariffs on it, and it still came out a lot cheaper. So Canadians having to buy Canadian lumber from across the border because they can't afford it in. Woo! See, Americans don't know how good they have it. They have no idea how good they have it. So we are losing connection here. Let me see if I could... I'm going to see if we're running something. Give me a second, guys. Ma, posso desligar aquela internet daquela computer ground? Fecha aquela computer. E não tem internet aqui. Alrighty, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what's draining my internet, but... Okay. So we got people in the house. Greetings from lockdown Melbourne. Harry Tuttle saying, Bernie man, Canuck, good to see you, sir. We got Harry Tuttle in the house. We got TJH. All good here. Any new videos on the horizon from the 13th Disciple? He's talking about the Lost Canuck. I hope he's okay. I saw his video. Steve the Plumber says, I've literally been sent multiple messages and links to articles regarding current state and condition of the economy. There's Steve the Plumber. Okay, guys, so now let's get to a couple of... I got some bombshell stories here in the housing. You're not going to believe it's like people look at the show. This show's who the hell sits down for 2 hours and listens to housing for 2 hours? 300 episode. Oh, Big Time Mike just sent me $4.49 Australian. That should be enough money to get me to Cincinnati, Ohio. Should be enough gas money to get me to Ohio. It's just, never mind. It's just, yeah, inside joke. There's Lost Canuck. I'm good. Good to see him. Saw his video on Facebook. Hopefully he can come on and tell us what's going on. Guys, here it goes, guys. I got some big stories. So before we do that, let's do a quick channel plug. Let's go to article scan here real quick. Okay, guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Less than 17%. 17! It was 20 before. Percent of the people that watch my channel on a regular basis are subscribed to it. Trends in the housing market, here it is, guys. Mike in the Night. Push the feeling. Guys, you want to set your reminder for this Mike in the Night. It's going to be a big one. Don't forget to watch old Mike in the Nights. People still watching old Mike in the Nights. And don't forget to just check things out. All kinds of videos here on the channel. Guys, don't forget to buy something on Teespring. If you guys want to buy a shirt, a mug, a poster, I don't know. There's all kinds of cool stuff for here for you guys to check out from the channel. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook if you want. I'll give you my Mike Martins here. Unfortunately, Facebook does not want to make me into a public figure because they're saying you need 200,000 people to like your page. I have 115,000. I know people that have less than 2,000 people like them on Facebook and they're a public figure. Like these loser politicians that can't get more than 3,000 fans on their Facebook page. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I'll give you my Instagram. If you guys want to send me some show tips, send them there. And don't forget, guys, why is this open? I don't know why. T-Square. Don't forget to check out T-Square. I like this guy. He talks about gold and silver a lot. He's a really good guy. T-Square Talk. Don't forget to check out Chronicle. I like this guy a lot. I really hope he comes back and makes more videos. I know he doesn't have time, but I really hope to see him again. I really hope he comes. He's going to come back. He said he will with a vengeance, so we're going to help him out there. Don't forget to check out Uneducated Economist. I got blown away. He's at 37,000 subscribers. He's getting like 10 to 20,000 views per video. Holy crap. I gotta, hopefully he come back on the show sometime. I remember when he had 2,000 subscribers and I got him on the show. Wow, he's almost at 40,000 subscribers. And I'm going to tell you guys, I don't think I'll live long enough to reach 40,000 subscribers on my channel. I don't think I will live long enough. It took me 10 years to reach 10,000 subscribers. And that's with being muzzled by YouTube, and that's being very heavily censored, being unsubscribed to, being unable to. There was multiple times where I was unable to upload a video because they don't like my stuff. But there it is, 37,900 subscribers. Let's get a round of applause here. Yeah, look at that. Uneducated Economist. Holy crap. Big round of applause to him. All right, let's move on. That's amazing. Unfortunately, I will not live long enough to reach that plateau level. Okay, trends in the housing market, guys. You're tuned in for a show and a half. Let's get on to some bombshell stories. Let's get it. Let's first out of New York. I've received so many messages from people from the Big Apple, from Albany, Rochester, from Syracuse, Buffalo, Manhattan, Lower East Side, Manhattan, Harlem. I got messages from people from the Bronx telling me that everybody's mass exodusing New York. Affordability levels, New Yorkers keep moving out of the city to suburbs and other states. So there's a lot of people leaving. The move is on the leave of New York City. The exodus has begun. So now, the reason why I'm bringing this up now, it's like, yeah, because we covered this on the show. The big Toronto, GTA, Toronto, Ontario, Canada, mass exodus. The Vancouver mass exodus, I think Vancouver and California, like San Francisco, Los Angeles, were the first with the major mass exoduses. Those were the cities with the major mass exoduses, was Vancouver, the West Coast, the gateway to China, the gateway to the Orient. Those were the first mass exoduses from 10 years ago that started. Vancouver and San Francisco, and then LA County, and then Alameda County, and then San Diego, and then Burnaby, BC, and then after it would be Whistler, and then it would be Victoria. Then you starting to see the patterns of the mass exodus moving east. Now you have the east moving into the interior, and that's people leaving New York. So suburbs and other states, The exodus that began the start of the COVID outbreak, with many New Yorkers departing to their beach and county homes, has continued to update as more leave for good, according to the city moving companies overwhelmed by an avalanche of would-be expats. So here it is. All the kids leaving, he said. The studios and one-bedrooms are emptying out like crazy. Noah Simon, 35, left his one-bedroom in Hell's Kitchen on March 13 and went to stay with his mom on Hastings on Hudson. He moved out for good in May, just before his lease was up, and decided to buy a home in Westchester. So everyone's leaving because, one, no one could afford to live in New York anymore, and the cost of living, I think isn't worth what's happening and all the drama in those big cities. People just don't want to deal with the drama. People don't want to deal with the drama. So they're just moving out in New York. Another big bombshell story. Here it is, guys. London, England, not London, Ontario. London's mayor proposes key workers get priority for cheaper housing. You're probably thinking, Mike, this is not a big story. Yeah, this is actually a really big story, guys. This is actually a very big deal of a story. And let me kind of throw this out there, why this is actually a big deal of a story. Because this has happened in Sydney, Australia. This has already happened in Toronto, Ontario. It's already happened in San Francisco. It's happened in San Diego, where key workers should get priority for cheaper housing. Key workers means people that support the infrastructure, whether you're a doctor, a firefighter, a mailman, a policeman. Those people cannot afford to live in their own cities. And it's happening. There you go. London's mayor is proposing key workers to get priority for cheaper housing. Because I know a guy that I spoke to that has to commute an hour and a half to go to work at the hospital he does in London, one of the major hospitals in London. He's got to commute for a good commute, an hour and a half, then an hour and a half home. So this is what's happening. Oh, key workers, cheaper housing. That's how bad it's getting. It's happened in Sydney, where they created a beautiful, beautiful condo complex. Not for foreign investing. They're not going to buy that and leave it all empty. That's for policemen. That's for surgeons, doctors, people of key positions. Because people of key positions that make a 6-figure income can't even live in their own city. Harry Tuttle is saying they set this up. They're selling their houses for top dollar to money launderers while the rest of us sink. That's exactly what it is. Think about who owns all the properties in the big cities. Yep. Numbered companies. Remember when we did an investigative research backtrack where a lot of Seattle properties all of a sudden started to sell, all these luxury properties, but they were owned by numbered companies? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I hope you guys are seeing me good out there, because my kilobytes per second is just absolutely terrible. So I hope you guys are seeing me okay out there, and you're bearing with any of the buffering. I am here. And it looks like no one got their notification. So I know when people get their notifications. Believe me, I know. And tonight's a really good show. Oh, yeah. It's a good one tonight. So there you go. London's mayor proposes key workers to get priority for cheaper housing. Yeah. So what's going to happen to the mechanics? What's going to happen to non-key workers that are not part of the infrastructure? Like mechanics, specialists, chiropractors, all kinds of non-key workers, plumbers. They're going to live way outside the city, and you know what? They're not going to go into the city to fix anything. They're not going to commute for 2-3 hours to go fix somebody in the city's sink because it's backed up. I don't think they care. All right, let's move on. Next. Seattle suburbs see home prices soar in fear of missing out market. Again, Seattle suburbs in King County has been on fire ever since the tail end of 2016, when Vancouver, BC, Canada implemented the foreign buyers tax, Seattle, Washington State has been on fire. It's shrugged off the COVID, and people are buying up in the suburbs for fear of missing out. The FOMO market in Seattle, Washington is out of control. In McKean County, new listings increased more than 24%, yet inventory was out of a 10-year low as July, as buyers sought to cash in record low interest rates. Again, they're blaming, and I have to pay $40 to read this article, so I'm going to move on. I wanted to throw that out there. Now, here it is. Fraser Valley. So I live in the Fraser Valley, just like outside of... So here it is. I live in Nicola Thompson Valley, or what? I don't know. Fraser Valley sees surge in house sales during pandemic. While downtown Vancouver condo sales have collapsed, the Fraser Valley is seeing a surge in home sales according to the latest real estate data. And as Catherine, I can't even read that, reports, a single-family home frenzy east of the city may be linked to the pandemic. I don't think it's linked to the pandemic. I think it has to do with affordability levels. So again, we go back to Douglas Todd's article right here. Here it is. Aboriginals and whites leaving Metro Vancouver, and they're leaving for the Okanagan and Fraser Valley. So we go backtrack that article from 2018. It's been happening for too long now. People can't afford to live in their own cities. So whites and Aboriginals are the main movers when it comes to leaving the major cities. Same thing in New York, guys. Same thing in Nueva York. Their major cities they're having a tough time with their keeping people in their major cities. And what are they going to do? They're just going to raise property taxes. Now, this one was sent to me. North Texas home market shrugs off pandemic with record sales and prices. Again, so the houses right now, like if you get somebody from California or something, or somebody from the city of Toronto, or somebody from Sydney, Australia, and you could go to Dallas, North Texas, or other parts of Texas, and you could still buy a median home price, which is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, $294,000 with land. So you can still buy something within affordability levels, right? Yes. That's why it's going to take 21 years for the housing market in the States. No, it's for the States to get bad as Canada. But are they going to allow the United States of America to get as bad as Canada and Australia and the UK is? I don't think they will. I don't think they will allow it to get that bad in the United States. I think there will be an uprising before it gets as bad as it is in Canada. I live in rural, and I can tell you that all of the people came here to escape the shamelessly flooding in, and it is enough. People came here to get away from you, and you don't need to suffocate us. We have all of Southern Ontario. So I wonder where Harry, where are you? Are you in Ottawa? Where are you? Okay, so North Texas home market shrugs off pandemic with record sales and prices, but when people in other states look and say, 4-bedroom with 3-bath on a piece with a nice piece of land for $294,000 for the medium sale price, that is an absolute flying deal. Homes can't stay on the market for more than 24 days. So it's going to happen. Homes went from medium prices, what was it, $240 in North Texas, $294. They went from $199,000 in the course of 2 years, from $199,000 to $294. So again, it's going to take many years for the housing market to get as bad as Canada is, and Australia and New Zealand. Mortgage delinquencies rising in Vancouver residential market. So we covered this the other day. It's an older article, but this thing was sent to me so many times. So mortgage delinquencies, so we read this already. Mortgage delinquencies across Canada have been gradually falling, but in Vancouver and Toronto, they are rising from record lows in 2018. I can show you on the channel the video if you guys want to actually see the article itself. Another big one. Hold on, let me open some Better Dwelling here. Let's open some Better Dwelling here. Let's go to this one. This is another big story. St. Paul's Hospital land in Vancouver sells for $1 billion. So the hospital where my son was born. My son was born in St. Paul's Hospital. We're Catholic, so we wanted him to be born in a Catholic hospital, and the land sold for $1 billion. The current site of St. Paul's Hospital in Vancouver sold for close to $1 billion. The hospital property on Burrard Street was bought by Concord Pacific, which developed Concord Pacific Place in Vancouver and Concord City Place in Toronto. All of these proceeds of the sale will be invested back into the healthcare and a new St. Paul's Hospital at Jim Pattison's Medical Center provided healthcare, says in a release on Wednesday. So there you go. They're selling the land the hospital's sitting at. It's in a very, very central location that you can get there by mass transit. Could get you there real quick. And I don't feel comfortable with this until they build the other hospital. If they were going to pull something like this, I think, okay, it's nice. They sold this land for $1 billion. But I think it would have been nicer if they actually went ahead and built the other hospital first and actually had it running before they sold this land off. That's just me. What do I know? Wait, I'm just a Portuguese, right? $1 billion. And you could buy this much land. You know, we're going to do a land trends in the housing market. Because I'm seeing 10 to 50 acres of land for sale for under 15 to 20 grand across the United States. But it's got to be at least 45 minutes away from a major city. 45 minutes away from a major city. I'm talking major. We're talking about multiple highways, and 45 minutes away, 10 to 20 grand. You could buy a huge 40-acre parcel of land with water and rivers. You don't have to have a well. Just have a river. So there it is. They're selling the property there. Okay, so BC, hotel workers launch fast for threatened jobs. Hire me back. I've served Holiday Inn for years. Don't replace me. So there it is. This one was sent to me by somebody. Some of the hunger strikers are starting with a few days and then might remain for as long as their bodies can handle. So they're going on a hunger strike so that they don't lose their jobs. So a lot of people might be getting replaced because a lot of people have seniority at jobs. So watch out if you got a lot of seniority at your place of business or your job. We are getting no connection here, guys. We might be losing. We are losing. Oh, we're back up again. It looks like we're hitting weird internet. I'm with Shaw Cable, and then sometimes the internet just does. It just sucks. So anyways, BC hotel workers launch fast for threatened jobs. Now, Seattle's on the right side right now. Seattle to build 600 apartments to help house city's homeless. So right now in Seattle, they're putting something together, a strategy in place to actually get some people off the streets. Covering the housing market at a tipping point as experts fear a nationwide eviction crisis, a Times business reporter discusses the industry's long-term problems and a nightmare in the making. Housing experts thought there would be a horrific eviction problem at the beginning of the pandemic, but that didn't happen because the stimulus measures basically worked. There were problems with it, but the $600 weekly supplement, the $1,200 one-time stimulus, and all the eviction moratoriums passed by a large majority of states, the federal government, and a ton of cities helped to avert the crisis. But now the net has been moved and people are falling. The question is, can we repair the fast enough to catch people? That is a very important question because that is actually a very important question because we're at a tipping point right now. So let's move down here. Housing should be an investment in people. It shouldn't be an investment in structure, right? We've been talking about that for years, right? We're not asking for free housing here, folks. We just want wages to be in line with the average home. Average wage earner owns average wage home. Average wage home owner owns average wage car. Average wage earner lives an average, cool, sit back, calm, collective lifestyle with little to no problems. But no. It's average wage earners need to move to America if they want to be able to afford to pay their rent and eat at the same time. That's what's happening in Canada and Australia and the UK. But now, look where we're at now today, 2020. When we think of housing as a necessity, we think about shelter in a way we think about food. But when we think of it as an investment, we lose the sight of the role in healthcare and family security. We would do well to start asking ourselves more frequently, what is the point of having a home? To live in it? That's a really good point they bring up here in this article right here. It's really good. So, yes, that's what housing has become. All these big entrepreneurs with this Mickey Mouse Airbnbs and like, I'm an entrepreneur, I have an Airbnb. Yeah. Nobody cares. Gary should buy a house, and Gary's saying I might buy soon enough. The Lost Canuck is saying Ontario's broke. You better believe Ontario's broke. Every province is broke, so they're going to have to keep raising property tax. London renters struggling to keep up with rent. This is London, England, again. And thrown on the streets, Erica, 28, is currently in arrears for her rent and utility bill and is terrified of being evicted from her home in Candman. I lost my job during lockdown and have been struggling for money ever since, she says. The ban on evictions has been a lifesaver so far, but it needs to be extended as getting another job right now is impossible. And that's what's happening across the Commonwealth. This is from Dublin People. This was sent to me by Patrick McDonovan. Ireland's housing action. Housing activists take to the streets of Dublin. In Ireland, they've been very active because it's about 3 years now. 3 years. Yeah, we're in 2020, 2019, 18, 2017. In Ireland, they start seeing this really rare phenomena of bidding wars. People walking to work and they're like, why are all these people standing outside this house? Oh, they're selling it and they're bidding it. And they're like, what? Then they started bidding up rents and they started bidding up everything. And people in Ireland were homeless. People that were living their day-to-day, living their average life with their average wages, want to be left alone, now have all these burdens to deal with because they can't afford to live an average life anymore, right? So housing activists take to the Dublin streets, and this year will undoubtedly go down in history books as a series of unprecedented events, but as the year progresses, a new coalition government bends into power. The old order has begun to reassert itself, he's stated. So now, there is a rumor floating around that Ireland might ban foreign investing. Like, they might vote in to ban foreign investing. Foreign investing is nice if they open a business and hire locals. They don't even do that. So that's not going to fly. So buying homes and leaving them empty, I think that's a really bad business decision. What do I know, right? But I'm just a Portuguese, right? So Gary Medeiros is saying in the comments that he's not worried. So, all right, let's move on. There it is. So this weird phenomena of bidding wars started happening in Ireland. I think I even covered this on my damn channel. Watch. Rare phenomena of bidding wars in Ireland. I'm not just saying this because it's on the news now. I'm actually saying this because I actually covered this damn thing. Let me go to my channel. Go to the magnifying glass here, guys. Search. Let's see if it's here. So this is what we got for Ireland. Ireland, massive housing crisis. Wow, that's from a year ago. Northern Ireland, housing is hot. And then foreign investors. Ireland, housing disaster. 9,846 homeless people in Ireland. That's from 2 years ago. Ireland housing depression 2 years ago. Foreign investors going to Ireland. UK housing crash. Oh, this is a good video I did. Where Canadians go when they leave Toronto and Vancouver. I made that video for you guys. So there's a couple of ones here. But, yeah. These countries have been, a lot of these countries have been really under this, I think it has a lot to do with poor management by governments. Governments, they don't, if it's bringing in money, why are we going to stop them, right? Well, Airbnb rentals help Port Sydney families hold on to homes in housing crisis. So people are Airbnb-ing to keep their heads above water. As demand for crisis housing soars, surely we could tap into COVID-19 vacancies. There is a crisis within a crisis. Accommodation homelessness providers struggle to meet women's requests for accommodation under usual circumstances during the COVID lockdowns. This is coming from Australia. Sydney suburbs with the most million-dollar mortgages. So here it is, guys. These are all the cities here. So if you live in Sydney, these are your million-dollar mortgages. Again, guys, living in the United States, these aren't mansions with 50 acres of land and a tennis court and a helicopter pad. This is just a house. So Lane Cove, I can't read these names. Morsma, Carnalulu, Randwick, Kogi, Castlecrag. Yeah, there's a lot of places here. I can't read these names. There's a lot of names there. So a lot of suburbs there for over $1 million. Ticking time bomb, thousands of Australian mortgages propped by virus benefits. So again, it's happening in Australia. We're down under. We've been covering the housing market here in Australia for years now. Almost 8 years. We've been seeing this rare phenomena of foreign investing. But now, was it 2 days ago? Governments have been saying, oh, I think foreign investing is crippling our economy. It's like, whoa, what did you think? People weren't going to find out about this? All right, let's get somebody on the show here. Let's see if we can get on the show. Lots happening tonight on trends in the housing market. Oh, yeah. Let's see who we got here, who we could call. Oh, Ontario now, or also, I forgot to mention, I think Gary Medeiros mentioned this in the comments. Ontario now has officially said that it's now in a recession. It's been in a recession for the last 3 years, I say. It's been in a real, I would say, we'll call it a cyber recession. It's all crunching numbers and lying and manipulation and fraud. We've been in a cyber recession now for 10, 15 years. Because wages haven't done diddly squat in the last 10, 15 years. If wages went up with inflation, capitalism would be the best thing to ever happen since sliced bread. Kevin Thompson is saying this show is trying to mislead people. Hollywood saying, real? I don't get it. You're a renter. What did you put 50% for then? Call the Lost Canuck. Yeah, let me see if I have him here. I tried calling him last week on Mike in the Night. Let me see if I have him here. Lost. There we go. He's in my favorites. So, yeah, no answer. I tried calling him last August 5th. Let's see if he picks up. It's good to hear from him. I don't know if his Skype is on. I'm not sure. There it goes. It's ringing. Come on, Mario, pick up. Come on, pick up, buddy. He ain't picking up, guys. So we got Hollywood in the comments section. Real Kevin Thompson is telling people that he's here to help people. All right, don't forget that. He's here to help people. Here we go. Nope. The Lost Canuck. Yo!
What's happening, buddy?
Not much. Where you calling me from? There's a different number.
Hold on, buddy. Hold on. I got my computer going on like crazy. Give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hear me now? Good?
Oh, I can hear you perfectly, buddy. Oh, I can even
Okay.
see you now. Here, I'll put you on the guest screen here. All right, guys, this is Mario, the Lost Canuck coming from Ontario. Mario from Ontario. So let's go here to Mike in the Night Guest. Where are you? Mike in the Night Guest. Well, it's not Mike in the Night, but it's Trends in the Housing Market. And we got our man, Mario. Buddy, how you doing? I saw your last video on Facebook. I was kind of... I was kind of thrown for a curveball when I'm, watching the video. I'm thinking, you got a good job. You're helping these guys out. You're putting something together out there for these guys. And then, tell us what happened, dude.
Let's just put it this way. I was promised to just run the situation, run the site, run the company. And it ended up being that, let's put it this way. Let's say you have your show on. Mm-hmm. You hire a bunch of guys to do your video, but they have no experience. So you're trying to entertain a lot of people and trying to get information out, but you can't give that information out when you have people that are unskilled, unqualified, and that's what this company was doing. So I was ended up doing the whole thing myself. So imagine a 4,000 square foot, 5,000 square foot house. I did the foundations almost all by myself. I was just going crazy for 3 weeks. And then all of a sudden they come up to me and says, we no longer need your service. We'll give you a recommendation on a letter that you're a good worker and that. Here I am saying, okay, so you're firing me, but at the same time, you're going to give me a recommendation. So I didn't know how to take it. I was more of a shock, Mike. But, I have to move on. And good people out there like yourself, thank you. And other people got on my channel and supported me and gave me the, positive energy.
I'm subscribed to this new channel. I only found this new channel because I found it on Facebook.
Yeah,
I didn't know. Yeah, because I saw it and I'm like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I clicked on the link. I went to the YouTube and I'm wait, this is something else. So I want to find the link here and I want to put, if you could put it into the comments there live so everyone could subscribe to this. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
guys,
I'm going to fix it. I'll fix it.
Guys, this is the Lost Canuck, Mario here, and my main man in Ontario. And he's in building. He builds. He sees what's happening. He understands the business from ground up when it comes to foundation, to framing, to installing windows, appliances, skylights, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So what's happening? I heard housing is going off the hook there and people are buying from FOMO. What's going on?
Mike, if I could tell you, if I could figure this out, it's unbelievable. There's houses in my area. They go up for sale. Within a week, they're gone. My brother-in-law sold his house in Bolton. He sold it for 1.1 mil, and it's nothing dramatic.
It's nothing dramatic. I know, Mario. But the thing is, your brother could only benefit from this if he moves to Calabria, or he moves to Lamezia, or he moves to northern Italy. He's not going to benefit from it rebuying in Canada.
Well, let's just put it this way, Mike. He's separated with his wife, so I'm not going to advertise it, right?
Okay.
But at the same time, they're at good terms. But he's downsized. He bought a condo, so I think he's good in financial aspects. But what I'm trying to say to you is now we're trying to figure out who is escalating this issue. So you say it's more people fear to be out of the market, which I believe is...
There's a lot of foreign investing, too. Yeah. It's been going strong, Mario.
Oh, I know there is. And we're going to backtrack it now and find the root of the problem. So I don't know if you heard on the news lately about a company called TVA. They're out in Tennessee.
Okay.
You can look it up. And there's a gentleman that ran it as a CEO, and he actually was going to fire everybody with packages and hire all outside source, meaning wages will be cut probably 70-80%.
Right.
Probably going off board. But of course, everybody that hates him, but I love him, Trump steps in and says, you're not going to do that to my American people.
Right.
Big article on it. So he stopped it. He got those people back their jobs. Now, where this guy comes from is a very familiar name, because when I started looking it up, no news will tell you this. Laish. His name is Jeff Laish. Mm-hmm. He's the former CEO of Ontario Hydropower.
Wow.
Okay? So this guy in 2015 was actually paid 1.5 million a year in 2015.
Wow.
Okay,
That's a
so
lot of
here's the
cake to work for hydro.
okay, so this guy's end up selling it to foreigners here in Ontario. You remember when we go back when we had that idiot liberal running Ontario government
Hmm.
that she was trying to sell it for 60 to 70% our hydro to an investor. I don't
That's
know if you guys
dangerous.
remember
Once
this.
we start
Yes.
selling off, they start controlling our lives. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Mario. Okay, I know you build. You're a builder. You understand lumber. You understand imports. You understand tariffs. You understand all that. Listen to this. My friend Marco's trying to build a cottage. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
he actually had to buy his Canadian lumber. He lives in Canada. He actually bought his Canadian lumber from the States and
Yep.
imported it to Canada and paid tariffs, and it was cheaper than buying it in Canada.
Yes.
What the
And
hell is going on?
yeah, but where's he building it? Is he building it in BC?
No, he's building it in southern Alberta on a lake. So it's like Montana there, Montana. So he's buying the lumber from Montana that was originally harvested in BC and sent to Montana, and then he's buying it back from Montana and shipping it up here, Canadian lumber.
Yeah, Mike, when this COVID came in and it stopped everything. So when we were building up there in Huntsville, just north of Barrie,
Hmm.
the lumber went up 20 to 30%. Because what's happening is you're not finding like a 2x8 or 2x10 or 2x12. They're not in stock. You go buy something for fencing, it's all out. You go to Home Depot, everybody's involved with renos right now. With the COVID-19, everybody had time. So you have the general public that never bought anything at Home Depot actually are going out and buying things. So there's the first time I've seen since I've been in the trade, since I was 18, so I'm almost 50, that I go to a store and I go buy, let's say, a special drill bit or a screw or a special nail, they're out. They're all out. So it's everybody's consuming all this. Like all this home rental went up 70-80% of revenue, and I'm talking the whole domino effect. Stores, lumber, they went up hard. So of course, when there's a demand, the lumber uses it as an excuse, just like the gas and oil, Mike, and they raise it so they make as much
Yeah.
profit as they can and grab. And that's what's happening. So we have that going on. We have everybody that says there's a recession going on in Ontario. Yes, I agree. But the problem is we're not getting the information we need to get out there fast enough because people are still buying houses like crazy. Banks are still giving them mortgages. There's no stress test anymore. People say they're being more lenient. No, it's not called lenient. It's more that they're lying. And that's what's happening. So even if you have foreign investors buying this stuff, what I think is happening is like I told you from day one. I just got a letter from my pension from the union that now they cannot let you cash out. So what does that tell me? That tells me there's no money
Hmm.
at all.
Hmm.
They don't have money to pay people. And I'm going to tell you, by the end of this year, it's either the States or here, we're going to hear bailouts of pension funds. I'm telling you, Mike, it's coming because this is where you're having, they say, foreign investors. Yes, I'm not disagreeing on
Hmm.
anybody of that or you, but I think what's happening is the monopoly of the money is in such a big circle that you can't even pick and choose which one is the big problem. The problem is the pension funds are involved in the housing market. We all know that. So what happens when housing drops, like I said, 40, 50%? We're going to have an issue with pensions. Already they're having issues now. So imagine in a year, 2 years, you cannot buy food. You can't even put yourself in a house or pay rent. This is the problem we're going to have. This is I just it frustrates me to see a house go up on the market and they got 2 3 people bidding on it. Like I feel like saying to these people, you really have confidence in where you work that you're going to have a job tomorrow morning? Like, do you really realize that what's happening around us just on this COVID-19? Uh, and like I said, Mike, I said it from day one. This COVID-19 is more of a reassess of our financial globally. So what's happening is the Jubilee's kicking in. Everybody thinks this is going to go away. It's not going to go away. You guys are just as bad, but we're in worse situation. We're in so much debt here, especially in the province of Ontario. We don't even know what's going to happen next
The
year.
province announced this morning that it's officially in a recession. It's like, you've been in a recession for the last 5 years. Like,
Please, Mike, it's probably been more than 5 years.
yeah.
Just that they haven't even brought out the numbers. Nobody knows what's going on. You got Doug Ford going out there and he's trying. But let's imagine if there's any teachers out there that are out there. I'm not against anybody, but if schools are not going to open, okay, why are we paying teachers to sit at home? Why are we paying principals to sit at home? This is the problem. We don't even have the money to do anything. So here we are spending all this money. Nobody knows if the schools are going to open. They say they're going to open, but what are the caution, what are the precautions of this virus? What are they going to do? How are they going to do it? How many kids are going to go to the school? It's a mess. It's just a mess. And by the way, Mike, so you know, I told you from day one, Mr. Prime Minister does not want an election because he will lose, and the next thing you know, he'll be jailed. I am telling you, he's made very little appearances. He knows he's in a lot of trouble. I know he's in a lot of trouble. We all see what's on the news, and that's just a proportion of it.
Mm-hmm.
But here we go with the why doesn't he step in and say, you know what, just like Trump did? If you notice, Trump did last week, he froze student loans. I don't know if you read that.
Yes. I saw that. And then payroll taxes.
Exactly. So why wouldn't our government do that? Since nobody can go to work, you got single parents out there. You got people that are barely making it. Just like you read an article, I think she was from Australia or whatever. You can hardly make it. You can hardly make it just to put food on your table. So why doesn't he step in and say, let's take the tax away for now. Let's give them more money so they can spend and keep the economy going. But no, we got to collect our tax. We got to collect our carbon tax that was initiated in
the Caravano
March.
tax.
Yeah, and it was initiated the same time as this COVID-19 came in. So
Hold on,
I don't know.
hold on. One thing they put on the back burner when COVID hit, I was starting to cover on my channel something. I was covering something on my channel until COVID hit. A lot of contaminated lead in Canada's water. A lot of major cities. I started covering it, and then COVID kicked in, and that whole lead fiasco, it's going to make Flint, Michigan look like a walk in the park. But they're hiding that. They're hiding that.
Of course they are. Of course they are. And then, like I told you, and this COVID-19 came in, and if you notice, and I told you this on your shoulder one time, in Ontario, it hasn't happened in BC yet, and you people better fight for it in that province, because here in Ontario, you cannot sue the provincial or federal government. They passed that law.
Mario, I got something here in the comment section you have to hear. Buddy is commenting saying, Paul is saying, I'm paying $6,006 large in property taxes in Stony Creek. In Stony Creek? They're paying $6 large in property tax? My mom's property, if she still had that property, she'd be paying right now about almost $9,000 a year.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to tell you. People got to understand. So let's take your property tax, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Your property tax does not go to the provincial government.
It goes to the municipality.
Yes, but hold on. The municipality, all of them are incorporated, correct?
Right, that's correct.
Okay, so as you're incorporated, you have to file an individual tax. So that means you're in an individual separate identity.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to pay taxes on the money you collect from all the property tax you collect in your municipality. That goes to the Federal Reserve. That does not go to anything else.
Mm-hmm.
So you're paying rent. Even though you're entitled to your home, you do not own the land.
Mm-hmm.
We traded that in 1867. So all you're doing is you're paying taxes on that. You're actually renting it. So they're taking that money, and the Federal Reserve keeps it. It doesn't go to the provincial, doesn't go to municipality. Municipality only collects it for them to be legally under our BNA Act to collect it and give it to the federal executives. And that's how it works. So
Wow.
people got to take that out of their hand because think about it, Mike. If the provincial government of Ontario would be able to collect all the property tax and keep them, we'd be the richest province in the world.
Oh yeah. But you know
In the
what?
world.
You know what, Mario? One thing I was looking at some land. Okay, I'm looking at land down in the States. I'm looking at 50 acres, 40 acres, 45 minutes away from a major city, like 45 minutes from Dallas, 45 minutes from Houston, 1 hour from Miami. 50 acres of land, 13 grand.
I
And
know,
property
Mike.
tax for the year, $103.
Yep,
So
yep.
I don't understand. I'm not understanding, Mario. Next week. We're gonna do a trends in the housing market land show because I have a couple of friends that bought land recently. Okay, 200,
Mm-hmm.
300 grand for 10 acres, and I'm like, wait a minute, that seems pretty pricey with no house on it. So guess what? Now they got to build a house in Canada, and they're being quoted 6, 7, 800,000 to build a 3-bedroom home.
Yeah, yeah. So why when here's I give it. My wife and I are looking into it. We want to build our own house, but what I'm looking into is not building it with a basement.
Hmm.
So if you take the basement away, you're saving yourself between $50,000 to $100,000.
But Mario, these homes here in BC don't have basements. We have crawl spaces.
Yeah,
So
that's
his house
fine.
doesn't have a basement, and he's paying 800, 700,000 to build it.
Yeah, he can do better.
Yeah,
He can do
no,
better.
no, no. We've been looking around. So we called a few builders down in Arizona, in North Carolina, and in Georgia. I gave him the square footage of the house. I gave him the build. I gave him the square footage of what we wanted and all that stuff. And we had to use Canadian lumber to build the house. We couldn't use American lumber. I told them when I called, and I got to get a quote. Everything came in at 80, 90 grand to build the home because the lumber is going to cost 30,000, and the rest is just fill.
Yeah, yeah.
So
It's he'll save a lot of money because if we build me and my wife the way we want to build, it'll probably cost us the land will cost us between 150 to 110, 110 to 150.
yeah,
The house itself, the way I want to build it, very small, very very well put together. I would say it would cost me another maximum 80 grand, 70 grand.
yeah,
That's what I figured, and I'll do most of it, but some stuff I'll get, I'll sub it out. I'll sub out drywall, stuff like that. I
right.
just give it to somebody else. But even Mike, if you look back, we're going to look back and see how the province, you've been talking about it, and I should even say the country, how we're selling all our public sector companies out.
Right.
You remember when I did a video back in 2015 when Sherman Honey and them died in Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, Aecon was trying to sell to a Chinese communist company.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Did you know they own it today?
Of course they own it today. Did you know
Oh,
that one of our biggest gold mine and that island with Baffin Island, that island in northern Canada there, right up in northern Canada, we sold one of our biggest gold mines to China. We also sold our biggest coal mine to China, and we sold out most of, and there's no Canadian hires.
no, no. We're in a rude awakening. That's all I can tell you. And I don't try to look down and try to feel down for people, but if we don't start standing up for what's ours, it's a joke. It's just a joke. And I hope we come out of it on top. But like I said, I have always said it to your channel. I want everybody to look it up. Nasara. That's what we need.
Mm-hmm.
We need Nasara to take its step so everybody would be debt free. Everybody can go to work. Everybody can make a great living. There's no more foreign money. There's no more laundering money. There's no more of that crap going on because that's what's feeding this housing market right now is they're getting desperate. A lot of people are getting desperate. So remember, be very careful. Do your homework. You got a lot of investors and numbered companies that are trying to push this fake economy real estate and trying to sell it the best they can so they can get the suckers in and then they can shut it down because that's what's going to happen. We're going to see a decline.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Madero said it right now. He's waiting on the sidelines. I'm waiting on the sidelines. We're not wishing anybody to lose a house, but at the same time, you're not going to make me go broke over it.
Right. No. Right.
You know,
Right.
and like I said, I want other people to call in the channel. I want everybody's output, see what's going on, keep an update. I'll get my channel going, Mike, again. I got my computer. I'm going to try to get everything established. I am going to do all the hidden numbers, hidden facts that our Prime Minister, I don't want to mention
Our great
his name.
leader, our great leader.
Yeah, what he's doing, how he's doing it, and the way he's doing these odd media releases. I'm telling you, people.
Scandals.
Yeah, his wife and him have the ankle bracelet, and thanks to Trump. I'm telling you, he's got it. He's got it. Anyway, Mike, you have a good night, buddy.
God bless you, Mario. Lots of love. Big hug.
Yeah, you too, buddy. And we'll stay in touch.
Mike in the Night this Saturday, if you have anything to add.
Yes, we'll talk.
Okay,
we'll talk about other things. Thanks, buddy.
Okay.
Take care, man.
Bye.
Ciao.
All right, guys, that is my man Mario. Haven't heard from him in a while. He does have a channel now, guys. He does have a channel. And I'm going to see if I could find it here for you guys right now and put a link in it. Let's see if I could find him right here. Let's see if I just subscribed to it because I'm like, wait a minute. I thought I was subscribed to his channel, but I think he's got other channels on. I think he has this other channel. I thought it was the 13th Disciple, then it's something else. And let's see if it's here under my subscriptions here. I could give you guys the link. Where are you? Oh, right here. Here it is. It's called The Lost Canuck again. He's got 99 subscribers. Let's go to Article Scan. There it is right there. I'm going to give you guys the link to his channel if you guys want to jump on there. He's almost at 100 subs. So here it is, guys. There's the Lost Canuck channel right there. Get on there and subscribe! So he did a video a day ago. This is the video from a day ago I want you guys to see. Working hard and getting fired. It's a minute long, but it's a minute, 2 minutes long. It's a really good video. Take a look at that one when you guys get a chance. Oh, 3RG is in the house. 3RG! Yes, Layla. I'm going to throw in his link again to his channel. Here it is. I just found it, guys. So there it is. Okay. So they're going to look like they're going to be making masks and all this stuff mandatory, but we will be covering this on Mike in the Night. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, please, if you can. Less than 18% of the people that actually watch my content regularly are subscribed to me. That's crazy. Like, wow. Because I go to the analytics, I could see, right? It's like, come on, guys. Subscribe here. Help me out. Guys, don't forget to buy something at the store here if you can. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook if you want. And don't forget to... Here's my Instagram if you guys want to send me show tips. I try my best to get to everything. I try my best, guys. I got 3 kids, right? So... And... There's Mario right there. Look on my intro there. On the... welcome to our channel. There he is right there. Alright. Guys, don't forget to talk... check out T-Square Talk. Please check out T-Square Talk if you guys get a chance. I'm plugging him this week. I really like this guy. This guy's really good. I like this guy. Don't forget to check out the McChronicle. He's got some... You know what? He's got older videos on here from a year, 2, 3 years ago, and they're all making sense today. You know what I'm saying? And this... where was that other channel I was looking at here? The Uneducated Economist. Holy crap! Let's get a round of applause. Almost 40,000 subscribers. Look at that, 10,000, 20,000, 37,000 views. That's incredible. Good, I'm so happy for him. I remember when he came on, we came on Trends in the Housing Market. I think it was, what, a year or 2 years ago? He came on the show 3-4 times, maybe? And he was down 2,000-3,000 subscribers. His channel is on fire. Okay, we got a buffer here. Yeah, I'm getting some really bad internet connection here, guys. Let's see if it picks up here. Hopefully it gets itself out of the hole here. We're getting some really bad buffering here, guys. Really bad buffering. Okay, it's picking back up again. I think it is. I'm going to ignore that because I'm not going to do anything. Looking at it isn't going to make it any better. Uneducated Economist, 37,900 subscribers. Wow. Again, round of applause. That's amazing. Like I said, he came on the channel when he had 2,000 subscribers, and look at him now. Wow. Unfortunately, guys, I don't think I will live long enough to reach that milestone. I'm 42 now. Took me 10 years to get 10,000 subs. I just have a really tough time growing my channel on any which way form. I just can't do it. But I'm happy doing what I do here, and that keeps me going, you know what I'm saying? Okay, here we go. No buffer here, you seem fine. 3RG says, maybe I'll visit Mike in 2021. Yeah, buddy, come on down. 2021. Hopefully they start lifting. I don't know what's going to happen. That's going to be a... people... Okay, Mitch Madden in the comments. Mitch Madden saying, people who run the world are shutting down, destroying most human activity. Soon enough, people will bend over and not even have the guts to plead for the courtesy of Vaseline. Wow, that's some big words there. We got the Raven in the house. We got Johnny D in the house. We got TJH. I'll put anybody up for an in-person show if they come visit me, if they want. I have no problem even setting up my store. I don't mind maybe next year if this COVID thing is dead. Maybe we could have some sort of meet and greet at my store, and we'll run a 24-hour Mike in the Night, and I'll just stay there for like 12 hours, and we'll just hang out at the store, and people will come on the camera and say, hey, I'm here. This is blah, blah, blah from the channel. Thanks for this and that. And people would just be coming in, and we'd be talking, and you have people in the background walking around, and we could have like, you know, a meet and greet and everybody hanging out. I think we should do that. You know what I'm saying? We should do that. You know what I'm saying? What do you guys think? Yeah. So we got what's his for sure. Sherman's also funded Liberal USA, and Canada could also be in the Clintons' body. Oh wow. Some big words being thrown around there in the comment section. So if you want to come on live and watch them, yeah. Yeah, the elites are killing fun and demoralizing the world, says Sean Liemerman. Then we got Layla says, I don't exactly feel sorry for Sherman's, though. Okay, there's all kinds of big words being thrown around in the comment section. More stuff for Mike in the Night. Okay, guys, so we're halfway through the show. What else? Let's see if we can get on here. Let's, so we opened up a few can of worms here with some articles here. These are some pretty big articles, guys. Ticking time bomb, thousands of Australian mortgages propped by virus benefits. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens in October. It's the mortgage cliff that they've been talking about in Australia. The mortgage cliff is going to happen in Down Under. So let's go over a little bit of better dwelling. Toronto real estate's latest problem is soaring rental inventory. So again, a lot of people that bought for Airbnb and all that Mickey Mouse crap and they want to be entrepreneurs are, let's see if they have a graph here to show us. There it is. Here's new listings for rentals. This right here could tell you right there that everyone's like, I'm going to be smart. I'm going to be ahead of the game. I'm going to start my Airbnb and rent this thing out. Yeah, I'm no one's thinking that. Let's just be grateful that we haven't found life on Mars because the federal Canadian government will send money there. Just be grateful for that. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. So there it is there. So you're going to see a lot of people that are uncovering their nut and they're out of pocket. Canadian new home starts to rise to the highest level since 2017. Pandemic be damned. Canadian new home starts rise to the highest level. Canadian real estate developers are scrambling to get shovels in the ground. Canadian Mortgage and Housing Corporation, CMHC, data shows that new home starts jumped in July. The surprisingly fast bounce in starts means Canada is seeing the most starts since 2017, despite the pandemic. Canadian immigration slows further as new Paranet residents drop over 44%. Oh, look, that's an empty thing, and that's in an airport. There's nobody there. One of the driving forces behind Canadian real estate prices is on hold. Immigration. So again, let's go back to square one. So because there's no Canadian people in Canada that could afford to buy their own real estate, instead of creating better jobs and more security for local Canadians, Canada is just banking on more Chinese workers and students. Canada wants more Chinese. I brought this up before, and I'm not doing this. It's right there. It's an article that's posted by the CBC. Right here, 500,000 Chinese per year. Opening more visa offices with taxpayers' money could help Canada compete for Chinese workers, students, and lucrative tourist business. They're not doing this to create more jobs. They're doing this to bring in more money. So now look what's happening. We've been so hinged and binged on foreign investing that now that immigration is down, look what's happening. It's making sharp declines in June. The decline was mostly consistent around the country. Now, hold on. I want to share something with you I brought up a few weeks ago. I want to throw this out there because this is what happened. So then you go to this. Okay, let's find it here. Yeah, I covered that on the channel. Let's go to older posts. There's one here. People are wiping out their gains. Canadian real estate buyers pay steep premiums to own versus rent. And that's property taxes and strata and all that hidden fees. There was one article that I really right here. This is really important, guys. You know that the game is over. Like, we can start playing the violin of defeat. We've lost. I surrender. Ceasefire. I surrender. When you know that your province, BC continues multi-year decline of first-time homebuyers. You can't get first-time homebuyers in the market. You need foreign investing. First-time homebuyers, people kind of getting out of college, people, in their late 20s, early 30s, people in their 40s and 50s. They can't be first-time homebuyers. The last 15 years has been this obscure window in the Commonwealth. All of Western United States, from Washington State to California to Tijuana border, Canada, coast to coast. Now, BC now is having, and they're coming forward and they're actually telling us this. BC continues multi-year decline of first-time home buyers. That's enormous. That's enormous. When people of their own country, and I remember reading this article to you guys that Australia's housing market is in huge decline because of lack of foreign investing. I'm like, so you're trying to tell me nobody lives in Australia that wants to buy a home? No, I beg to differ. There's about 40% of Australians that are sitting on the sideline that have been waiting for housing prices to correct. The question is, why aren't they allowing this to correct? So when you can't get fresh blood in the market, it's over. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. It's over. So I kind of wanted to bring this back up from a few weeks ago because people don't understand how crucial this is to the fabric of our existence, of whatever Canada is supposed to mean. But then when we binge on 500,000 Chinese investors per year, that's a percentage of our population. Like, we're bringing in what? How many percent is that? 500,000 per year. We have, 30 million people. That's a couple of percentage points right there of people coming into the country bringing in money, right? But they close immigration to Europe and other countries. Other like, from Europe to come to Canada, from a British person to immigrate to Canada, it's very tough. But I don't understand, but it's all about money, guys. And then it goes to another better dwelling article. Canada would be in a recession if it wasn't for money laundering. Again, this is black and white here for you guys to read. There you go. Canada would be in a recession without money laundering. And there it goes. From 2011 to 2015, in 4 years, they've caught $200 billion laundered through Canadian, pretty much layered through Canadian real estate. There it is there, shadow flipped. And there it is, broken down by province. So this is what's happened. It's happened in Australia and New Zealand. It's happened all over the place. But unfortunately, is it just that nobody cares? Could it be that just nobody cares? That like okay, there's nothing we could do about it? Does anybody care that we're selling ourselves out to the highest bidder? Or am I just severely delusional and that's just the way it is? You know, like I'm arguing the floor and the ceiling. You know what I mean? Like this is the floor and that's the ceiling, and I'm arguing that, saying this is the floor and that's the ceiling. Am I arguing that here by, you know? All right, I'm just reading the... Yeah, says Japan, where things are actually balanced. See, Japan went into its stagnation, zombification Japan nation that they're in right now for the last 20 years, where things are going up, they ain't going down, but the housing was set at affordable levels so anybody could go in and buy. You could buy something in Tokyo for 100,000 American, like something nice in Tokyo, right? The same place in Vancouver is about 800,000 American for a 1-bedroom, you know, like, or a 2-bedroom, a 3-bedroom in Tokyo. The 100,000 US would be like $1 million in Vancouver, Canada. The problem is we hit stagflation, or in this stagflationatory territory. But the problem is we haven't hit it at a point where affordability levels have maintained affordable for the average wage earner to be in the game, right? I don't think Winston Churchill could have said that any better. Okay, so, hey, we got Anthony Rubalacaba. What's up, buddy? In the house. TJH says, if the masses don't care about their own country, what can the few who do actually achieve? Man, I don't know, man. You know, I've been doing this for many years. You know, and it's tough. It's tough to, you know, not look like a racist. It's tough not to look like opposition against the world. It's tough to not look like, you know, it's tough to look like I'm wrong always. Like you're always wrong about what you're saying, Mike. You know, it's tough. Yoda farmer saying, yes, property is in high demand where I am. Unfortunately, work is drying up with people tightening budgets. We got Elizabeth. Hi, Elizabeth, in the house. Boomers sold out. Millennials, when they voted in Turdo's dad, yeah. Mike is Portuguese secret agent. Real Kevin Thompson is here to help people. Remember, guys, don't forget that Real Kevin Thompson is here to help people. Yeah, Brampton and the outskirts of Toronto are all huge. Not in the core, though, and condos are low or balanced, says Paul S. in the comments section. Craig Cook says, you make a difference, Mike. Then Kick Assets is saying, yep, there is honestly no reason for Canadians to care about their land anymore. It's sad. It's a kick in the pants, is what it is. It's a kick in the pants. I just, that's why, like, oh, we got Craig calling in. What's up, Craig?
Hey, Mike, I've just got home from work. My fingers got signed off last week. So we had a couple of developments here, but I just wanted to ring you to say that don't get down about it all, because it's a very complicated matter.
I understand, but look. If you're doing what you're doing, right, Craig? So Craig is out in New Zealand, okay? Craig, if you're doing what you're doing 25 years ago, what you're doing now as a job, don't you think you'd have your own place, your own this, your own that, like own your own place, your own land, have a tractor on the side, maybe for a hobby or restore a hot rod, or maybe have a speedboat because you live in New Zealand? Don't you think you'd be living that lifestyle 25 years ago with the same job you have today?
Oh, there's no question about that. But I think that I think it's really important to remember, Mike. The story is the guy's walking on the beach and there's 10,000 starfish, and the girl says, "Well, what are you doing?" Throwing them back in the water. He says, "Well, what are you doing?" "Well, I'm saving this one." "Oh, well, I'm saving this one." "Oh, yeah, but you can't save them all." "No, you're right, but I can save this one, and I can save this one." So that's what you're doing, Mike.
Yeah. Saving a few.
And also saving a few, and you're putting the information out there, and I think it's important too to realise that we're in an information war, and mental health is pretty key for surviving in this world, thriving, and getting ahead. Because otherwise, it's very easy to become fatalistic and, oh, well, then why bother? Why try? Why should I try at work? Why should I try with my diet? Why should I save money? Because the point is, you have to try. I mean, these guys in Nazi Germany at that time who stood up and said, well, we can't beat this guy. No, but at least they'll know we tried.
Yeah.
I think it was in that movie, with Tom Cruise. They tried to blow him up. So you do make a difference, like, and you can't let them get you down. But the other thing I wanted to say was, with the, are you there?
I'm right here. I'm listening to you.
Yeah. It's really easy to blame the boomers. Mm-hmm. But I think that, I'm 44, and I mean, yeah, like you said, would it be nice to have a house and what they had 25 years ago? Oh, of course it would. It would be fantastic.
No, but what I'm saying, Craig, what you're doing with your wage, what you're doing now, like what you're doing now, 25 years ago, doing what you do now, you'd be king.
Oh, absolutely. But I think it's really important that we just get on and we do what we can, and we look forward, and maybe we can change it for the next generation. But, but you can't blame the boomers for putting their money in property.
But you got to think. But hold on, remember the boomers are the bank of mom and pops. A lot of the 30% of first-time buy or 50% of first-time buyers got in the market because of the boomers. So we wouldn't have first-time buyers from our own countries buying into the markets without them.
Well, that's right, and don't forget, Mike, those guys lived through the 80s, and in the 80s, I don't know about what it was like in the rest of the world, but I know in New Zealand we had pretty bad inflation. And we had quite a high personal tax rate. I was talking to my dad about that. And, the tax rate was up to 60 cents.
Yeah.
So, the government policies really drive people into property. Right. And because you had a whole lot of finance companies collapse in the 80s, the late 80s too. Do you remember that? 87, stock market crash.
That's right.
So you can understand why people did it. I mean, the unintended consequences are no good, but you can certainly understand why. But I think I sent you a video today, actually, on your Skype there. It's a little bit about Aussie, and that's starting to fall. Mm-hmm. Come down to realistic numbers, and in New Zealand too, we've seen less numbers go through. Less reported sales, less reported sales price. So it's and the economy's still slow. So yeah, we'll just see where it is. But I think it's just really important. That was the main reason for the call. Just a quick call, Mike. Don't
Yeah, I
get
appreciate
downhearted.
that.
Keep
I'm
going.
not down. It's just
Do a really, really good job, mate.
yeah, no, I know.
Really good job.
I'm trying my best. Listen, Craig, I need you to come on. If you can, come on Mike in the Night. We need you to come on. Maybe give us an update on what's happening with the homeless, like on Mike in the Night. Do some research in the next couple of days. Just find out what's going on. I heard there's been a meth and fentanyl massive outbreak, an overdose outbreak that they're keeping under wraps there in Auckland, in Welland, and other parts of New Zealand. So maybe find out some numbers and some stats on what's happening with ODs there and why they're hiding that.
Yeah, and I've got some other stuff I'll talk on, but I won't talk on it tonight because, this is strictly housing tonight. Yeah. But there's a couple other things I sent you about. We had some developments with the COVID thing, but like I said, I won't go into that tonight. But I just wanted to call you, mate. Just keep going. You do make a difference, Mike, and you do a great job. And I'll just leave on this. Love the videos of the family, mate. Fantastic.
Oh, I put those up to show people that there's a, like, it's not about, like, my channel is about, like, I'm trying to better, I guess, the next generation as much as I humanly could.
Oh, absolutely. So it definitely made me smile to see that. So well done, and I'll keep listening. But shout out to everyone in the comments, and that's all for me.
Thanks, Craig. God bless you.
Thank you. You too. Bye. You too.
That's our man Craig Cook from New Zealand. His hand is feeling better. He's back to work, and I mean, if he's doing what he was doing 25 years ago, he'd be king today. He'd be king, like, in that era. 25. All you had to do was be a manager. All you had to do was be a manager at 7-Eleven, and you had 2 cars, you had a cottage, you had a boat, you had everything. Okay, guys, let's get to this part of the show where let's piss off the Commonwealth. So let's piss off the Commonwealth, guys. And what are we going to do today? On the show, we're going to touch a little bit, and then we're going to do a land show. And we are going to piss off the Commonwealth today. And we're going to discuss... Hold on, let me... Come on, baby, come on. Let me in. I'm starving. All right. Let's piss off the Commonwealth. Let me zoom this out here a little bit to get really... All right. All right. All right, so today for Let's Piss Off the Commonwealth, we're going to be looking at land. Now, let's go to article scan. So I want to talk about the southern part of the... I've lived in the South. I know the South. I understand. I've seen the infrastructure. I want to talk about the southern part of the United States because land is of abundance. It's cheap, and it's not hard to acquire land in the southern United States. Now, the reason why I choose the south of the United States and not northern Ontario, 1, 10 acres in northern Ontario will cost you like $200,000. 2, it's cold 8 months of the year, so you can't even really plant anything or get anything out of the land. So I like the south because you could pretty much grow anything you'd like pretty much all year round. So there's this 120-acre lot. I was looking here in Eagle Crest, Rogersville, Tennessee. 120 acres of land, $39,000. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and if you look at where this place is located, it's located at the edge of a little island here with a bridge, a land bridge going across, and it's about an hour and 10 minutes from a major metropolis. I know people that commute 2 hours to go to work. So let's piss off the Commonwealth. Okay, look at this. 120 acres, you got your abundance of fresh water here. I mean, there's your water. You got a lot of land. That's a lot of land, man. 120 acres. All right, let's move into... There was another lot I saw here that I might buy on my credit card. This one's a good one. This is a really good piece of land. This is in Welder, Tennessee. Again, decent climate, off a major highway. 29.2 acres, 58,500. That's amazing. To buy 29 acres in Canada, like in the north, where you get 9 months of cold weather, you're paying minimum 160 to 200,000 large. And that's why we're pissing off the Commonwealth. So there it is, 58,500. You're looking at about $160 a year, a month in a mortgage, and you're also looking at about, I think it's about a couple of $100 a year in property tax. But this land in Muskoka or something, millions and millions of dollars in some parts of all right, so let's keep looking here. You got beachfront property, but you don't get much of it though, $60,000. But we're looking at somewhere you could actually, if you want to put a trailer there, you want to start a life, you want to be a manager at a 7-Eleven, and you could make it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I like this one. This is in Lake Placid, Florida. I like this one. I like this piece of land. Blue skies. It's already fenced off. It's so beautiful. 5 acres. It's right here in this little portion here. Lots of fresh water. 48,900. 5 acres of land. I really like this little piece of land. I've been looking over it and looking at it on MapQuest and saying, wow, man, this is like, if this was in Canada and we had the same weather like there, I'd buy, we wouldn't, people would buy it 100 times over asking in Canada because we sold out. Let's find something else here. Okay. Let's say we want to plant a good, yeah, here we go. Let's say we want to plant some tobacco. We want to plant a bit of tobacco, maybe a bit of avocados, maybe a bit of, get away with some fruits, some citrus fruits. We got 24.58 acres for $95,000. It's got fresh water in South Carolina. Oh, wow. And they're building like subdivisions here, like homes, like little homes. Looks like they're subdividing it out. You got electricity going through it, through your land. You got all kinds. 95 grand, 24 acres. That's about 130,000 Canadian. Flat land, completely wooded, valuable timber. Wood is worth $7,000 to $9,000 that's on the land right now. But that wood in Canada, 140 grand for that wood in Canada. 7 grand in the US, but that's 140 grand. You take this wood out and you ship it to Canada. 140 grand. All right, let's keep going here. This one comes with the house. It's in Augusta, Georgia. Nice house. 89,500, 7.8 acres. Let's say 8 acres. Price cut of 10,000. I know a guy that's going to build a house this big, and it's going to cost him $800,000. This one, 89,000. You get the land and the house. It's not 10 acres though. With 10 acres, you get a bit of wiggle room when it comes to kind of distancing things. But 7 acres is still workable. That's a lot of land. 89 grand. So let's laugh at the Commonwealth. Because this is how it should be across the Commonwealth. People should be able to live. This guy is out of Gulfport, Louisiana. So this is outside of Gulfport, Louisiana. Okay, you get some marshland here, but 6.3 acres, 22 grand. You pick up marshland like this in Canada, in Northern Ontario, for 6.3 acres, 800 grand. And it's cold 8 months of the year. Here it's cold 1 month of the year. Yeah, that's what TGH is saying. Ship the wood to Canada and pay land off 20 times over. Woo! All right, let's keep going here. There's 2,400 pages of land for sale. All right. Ooh, that is cottage country on the lake. 1 acre lot, 44 grand. How far south is it? Nah, it's in northern Alabama. You want to go really south so you could grow stuff all year, right? You want to be at least south. You want to be in Georgia. You want to be in Georgia, southern Alabama, southern Georgia, Florida, or South Carolina, Louisiana, Mississippi. That's where you want to be, right? You want to be in the south so you could grow all year, right? So we're losing internet connection here. Like, internet's crap. I don't know why it's crapping out on me today. I don't know if you guys could still see me. If you want to comment below and let me know. I'm just reading the comments here, guys. Sorry. My internet is just not working out here. 5 acre lot. Oh, this is in Punta Gorda, Florida. I like Punta Gorda. It's not far from St. Petersburg, Clearwater. Punta Gorda, right here. Oh yeah. You could be well out of the way, but you're not far from major cities. Like, you get on this highway and you get to places. You know what I'm saying? 5 acres, Punta Gorda, Florida, and 50 grand. I'm pretty sure if you show up there and say, look, man, I got 30 grand. They'll probably give this to you. Holy crap. Property tax is $94 a year. Oh my God, we're in trouble. If that was Toronto, $4 million property tax. All right, let's find another place to in the South. So I'm promoting the South because, again, you could grow all year. This one comes with orange trees already. Citrus trees already planted for you. And I wouldn't even have them to make money off the oranges. I just use the oranges, eat them, give them to my neighbors, barter, trade for other stuff, maybe trade oranges for eggs, maybe go to the gas station and trade oranges for stuff that they have there. Because when I was driving through Florida, every gas station I'd stop at would have oranges in a basket for sale, like 12 oranges. All right, let's see what we got here. We got wow, you were providing homes for people. It's all fake money anyways. I don't know what they mean by that. I keep getting disconnected, guys. I don't know. I'm not sure if you guys could hear me. But I'm not getting any internet bandwidth here. So it looks like I'm not getting no bandwidth. I'm not even moving at 10 kilobytes per second. It looks like I'm back, guys. It looks like I'm back. Come on, we gotta make fun of the Commonwealth here. All right, okay. Let's find something here. Ooh, 27 acres. What is this? Again, Alabama. Alabama's super cheap. You could buy that whole state for like a couple of $1,000,000. You could sell your home in Vancouver. You could sell your house in Vancouver, and you could buy the state of Alabama if you want. All right, let's keep going here. 19 acre lot, nice and big. Where's this? Again, this one's in southern Alabama. This one's on the border of Florida. This one's right on the border of Florida. Wow, that's a big piece of land. Holy crap. 19 acres, 61 lards in Geneva, Alabama. Ooh, and you even have it like kind of like gridded off with trees. You put a whole little homestead in there, a wagon. You could grow your own stuff, grow your own food. You're off of a major highway here. I have no internet connection. I got no internet connection. But people could hear me. Big Rob, New Zealand. And New Zealand used to have cheap land, but not anymore. So, a lot of people, you know, just kind of. I'm really happy everyone's kind of hanging in there with this really bad internet connection I'm getting. I don't tell you. I hope this doesn't happen for Mike in the night. At least we got a good show out today. So look at this nice piece of land, big, huge. 61 large, that's about 95,000 Canadian, 19 acres, and it looks like you could drill for water here. That's not bad. And plus, again, this is, you could grow things year round here. Most of the year you could have crops, so you don't have to worry about, you know. Someone says the McMansion is back on the market. The people who bought it put it back up for more money originally sold for. I don't know if you guys are seeing me. I hope you guys could hear me. Let's keep going. Look at this road. It's nice. You got your own private road already in your land. You could have a couple of parties here if you want. I mean, invite some friends over. You have a lot of social distancing here. Let's find some land here. That's too far north. It's too far north. Let's find something more south so you get better weather. This one's close to 1 acre lot. Oh, there's a little bit. Oh, cottage country. Look at this cottage. 90 grand cottage on a lake. You're just maybe 45 minutes from Jacksonville, Florida. You got a nice 1 acres, 90,000. Already have a home. Oh, there's no home on it, but it's not on the water. It's on the back end. It's on the back end. Yeah, no, that's no good. No. It's water or nothing when it comes to cottage property. You're on the water. If you're not on the water, you don't have a cottage. So YouTube's not receiving enough bandwidth. Damn it. What else we got here? Something in the south. See what we got here. Macon's a good place. Macon, Georgia. 25 grand. Service to stream, a basic stream. I don't know what it is. I don't know what these stupid internet companies are doing. They're charging us through the wazoo. They can't even give us a basic streaming service. So if I think me anymore, but yeah, I keep losing you guys every 3 seconds here. The whole show has been like this. I've been up and down the whole show. Yep. Alright, let's find some other land here. While this internet could stay up. If it goes down again, I'm gonna shut her down, guys. Oh my god, you have a river through your property that you could actually park your own boat. Oh my god. 59 grand. There's like 3,800 pages of land for sale. $12 acres here, 89 grand. Looks very green and pastury. Look at this. Looks really nice. Look at this. You could hunt this stuff, man. This stuff's good to eat, man. I'm a meatitarian, so I couldn't care less about eating vegetables. Oh, that's even corn. There's corn growing right here. That's all corn. Somebody just put some seeds of corn in the ground. Look at that. And you could eat this stuff. How much is this piece of land? 89,012 acres off a major highway here. Through the heart of Florida. That's what I'm talking about, folks. Let's see what you got here. This is Alabama. It's too cold in northern Alabama. Well, that's central Alabama. It's a little bit better. This one's outside of Orlando. What do we got here? Oh, this one looks pretty good. Where's this? This is in South Carolina. This one looks pretty good. Oh, wow. You got a little land bridge to your land. Wow. Off a major road. Oh, someone's doing yoga. How much? 10 acres, 30 grand. It's the Ford Plantation. It's in a plantation. Wow. So we want to be respectively close to a major city. Wow, this one's even fenced off. There's just so much land for sale, man. Get your $300 a month mortgage here. 8.5 acres, 55 grand. Nice flat land here. But it's too far. No, it's by Mobile, Alabama. That's okay. You could get by. You could still go grocery shopping and do your stuff. Another 10-acre lot here. That's north of Jackson, Mississippi. Three-acre lot with water, Vienna, Georgia. North of Albany, Georgia. That's nice. You build a nice house. 3 acres, 98 grand. Oh, it even comes with a small home on it. It looks like they put a foundation to build a home and they didn't. It's on a bayou, man. .5 acres. Yeah, see, beachfront property is pretty pricey. This piece of beachfront property here, 5,202 square feet, 8,900 bucks. So beachfront property is a little bit more expensive. But this beachfront property on a dirty lake in Canada, 400 grand. There's just thousands of pages of properties here for sale. This one's in Central Florida. The reason why the South is good, again, you could plant all year. You could plant tobacco, avocados, citrus fruits, oranges. You could hunt all year pretty much in a t-shirt. You don't have to, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to see what else we got here. Looking for deals here. Ooh, this one's close to Panama City Beach, Florida. It's about a 30-minute drive to Panama City Beach from here. It's got an old house on the property, off of a river. It's only 2 acres though, 30 grand. But it might be worth it in that area, right? Man, there's just so much property to buy. Like in Canada, this land, like this 119 acres, right? For 45 grand. Like to buy this much land in Canada, I'm not joking. This would be like $7-8 million in Canada to buy this much land, 119 acres. Like close to, where's this close to? This is close to Lake City, Florida. It's not far from Ocala, and it's probably an hour and a half drive to Tampa Bay, Florida. I mean, to buy something that close to a city in Canada, you're looking at millions of bucks. Big Rob New Zealand says, I remember when I was younger, these lots of blocks like that was cheap in New Zealand. Not anymore. So he's talking about the property and what property used to cost in New Zealand. Not anymore. Yeah, in Canada, it'd be like 15 million for that property in Canada, 119 acres. It's crazy. Let's make fun of the Commonwealth. I don't know how people are struggling. I had my friend Mike, my neighbor Mike, came into my store the other day. We were looking at land like this. He's like, why are people struggling or having such a tough time in the U.S.? Those people, a lot of those people, I'm not talking about people, down on luck with their job, unemployed. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about people that have complained all their lives because they can't get anywhere. No, there's lots available if you really think outside the box and work hard. Georgia. Lots of Georgia stuff here. There's just so much. It's just thousands of pages of land. Okay. A lot right here. Lot to build a house in a subdivision. The subdivision, okay? A lot, okay? 83,000, 10,000 square feet, okay? And this is, you're on a little intercoastal here, a river. You got looks like shopping and everything in the area. 83,000 for 10,000 square feet lot. That in a subdivision here somewhere in Canada, that land, that much square footage, that's going to cost you like $200-300 grand, $400 grand just for a piece of land. I think it's even more than that. Oh, Elizabeth is asking, Mike, what websites do you look at the site? I'm on Zillow. Here, I'll even give you my page I'm on right now, so if you want to see this. It's too long to paste. It's not letting me paste. Just go to Zillow.com. It's not letting me paste it because the link is too long. Zillow.com. Mike, you keep playing by the banker's rules, you'll never taste the freedom. Here's the thing, Lord Humongous. The problem is this land, this 1 acre lot in Canada, no one could afford to buy something like this in Canada anymore. It's 38 grand in the US, right? And it's close to everything. It's actually, where is this place? This is in Jacksonville, Florida. Like for someone to, like, we're in a point where like a piece of land like this, look, 30 acres, depending on where this is, in Rockford, Alabama, this is actually a really decent area to hunt and stuff. Like, even if you bought this to go hunting like once a week or something with friends, build a little cabin and stuff, this would be fantastic. But see, in Canada, we can't do that in Canada. We can't buy 30 acres of land. That's going to be like 600 grand, 700 grand. Retire to your cabin, leave the house to the kids. This $42,000 30 acres of land, we can't do that anymore in Canada. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys, you know? I noticed that when you're really close to the city, like it's 5 acres, maybe 10 acres. They don't have 50, 60 acres like when you're further away from the city. Again, 1 acre lot on the ocean here. 1 acre lot. That's in the Gulf of Mexico. That's in the Gulf of Mexico, but in the panhandle of Florida, 96,900, 1 acres. Again, beachfront property is premium, right? It's more expensive, right? But imagine having your own private beach for 96 grand. There's thousands of pages. It just keeps going on and on and on. Look, 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 look. See, this is, I can see Lord Humongous in a place like this. Boom. Nice rocky driveway. Nice drive up from the main road. In this wooded area here. Set up maybe a hitch post for hunting. Just sit there and wait for, like, some deer to walk by or something. You know what I'm saying? And do some hunting through the day. Oh my God. Half an acre with a pool. No house, but it's got a pool. 39 grand. In Sydney, Australia, $4.6 million. All right, guys, I'm wrapping. Ooh, 41 acres, 45 grand. Fayette, Alabama. Fayette, Alabama. Look at it. You got fresh water. You got streams. You got brooks. You got grassland. You got wooded land. Ooh, you got a clubhouse. Look, this is for hunting. Hunters use this for hunting. You get up there. You hang out there. Have a sandwich. Wait for some deers to walk by. That's good stuff right there. That's good stuff right there. 45 grand. 41 acres. Price cut of $204,000. So they cut the price by $204,000. They can't unload it. 45 large. That's like $1,000 an acre. Hunger Games, someone's saying in the comments. So, and a lot of people are talking about the markets right now. Red Pill Gary. Good show tonight. Mike says, Steven Sewell, thanks for coming on, buddy. I appreciate it. Big Rob, New Zealand. $1,000 an acre. That's how much it was when I was in school. Yeah. No, there's no cold here. This is in Fayette, Alabama. I think this is in southern Alabama. Hold on. Central Alabama here. Sorry. Yeah. So this is like central Alabama. So it's not that bad. I mean, you could still, you're not going to get like 2 feet of snow in the winter. You'll still have a mild like a very mild winter. You can still hunt all year round with a t-shirt if you really wanted to. Look at this. I love these lot lands. You drive up, there's a fenced area, and then you go in and you have your own private, it's off a river too. Oh, and you could canoe on your land. Look at that. How much is that? 88,000, 5 acres. Old Town, Florida. $17 acres, 75 grand. Wow. Again, this is beachfront property. $14,000 for 0.44 acres of land. Again, beachfront property isn't cheap, guys. It's just not cheap. It's always more. But that beachfront property, that's 14 grand. You know how much that is in Canada? $2.6 million. Anyways, guys, I'm really sorry about the internet. Just the internet connection, guys. I'm sorry. This just goes on and on and on and on and on. And if you get into northern parts of the states where it's a bit colder, oh man, you could get like $100 when you buy a huge land assembly. $100, $200 an acre when you get up north. I just kind of want to put this out there. We do a lot of houses, but I kind of wanted to do this because a lot of people like off-road, off the grid living, and living in the South. I mean, it's just so much cheaper living in the South, and also living off grid. You know, so a lot of people are like, "Oh, this is for retired people." You sell your house for 800 grand. You buy a lot like this, right? You put your trailer on it. You don't have to worry about the cold months. And that's it. I mean, you don't have to go crazy and start planting a garden. This, you're 55, 60, you're getting a decent pension, and all you need is, I think, $300 a year for property tax. Look at the palm trees on this property. You could harvest coconuts, I don't know, buy the water, you buy, civilization if you really want to go find it, and if you don't want to find it, you just do your own thing. Like, you can find some nice pieces of land. Again, that's not far from somewhere. And, again, you put a trailer on here. Go full solar. 59,000, 4 acres. This is a good area, too. It's in a decent cul-de-sac here. Nice piece of land. Do your own hunting on your own land. I mean, there's, you don't have to, people, like, let's say, sell their home in Australia for 800 grand. They're not going to America to work. Going to America, it's hard to find employment because you need a green card to work. But you're not going to America to work when you go there and you buy a 2-acre lot for $19,500 and you have a small pension. You could, again, park an RV here, restore that home while you're living in your RV, and just do something with your life. 2 acres, 19 grand. Your mortgage payment is $36 a month. I know cell phone plans that are more than that. So that's what I'm trying to say, guys. Oh, but no, you don't. You could go to the States for 6 months, leave for 2 weeks, go back for 6 months. And if you have a decent, like a $600 or $800 a month pension, you could survive off this, especially if you sell your property. If you're going down with zero, but you have a decent pension, you could mortgage this 80 acres out for $18,995. 80 acres. You could just mortgage it out. Maybe sell some of the wood to Canada. Because in Canada, they'll pay $4 million for that wood. Even though they're getting it from their own country. Look, this one's across the street from a tire repair shop. Look, Dollar General, right across the street. This piece of land's for sale. Right into a small town. Look, right into 15 grand. I just want to throw this out there. I just want to make people understand. So you're not going there for a green card or try to apply to live in the States. You go there, live there for 6 months, and then once your 6 months are up, you go visit family in Australia. You go visit family in Canada. You go to Europe for a week. Because you've saved enough money that you could leave the country. I mean, if you really want a cottage front, but it's got to be warm. Let's see where this is. This is in the south here. The semi-south. Yeah. 100K, 7 acres, but that's, again, this is like cottage front property, right? Yeah, this is your whole lake. In Canada, $4.6 million. So I think they're doing this whole COVID thing because of people fleeing the country, especially pensioners that are starting to wake up to the fact that they could buy huge lots in the States for under 30 grand. 125 acre lot, $6,500. Again, you put your trailer there, you don't work there, so you're not illegal, and you're visiting. And then you own land, you're there. 6 months is up, you go to Canada, say hi to friends, come back, stay for a week, come back, start your 6 months over again. Anyways, guys, don't forget, if you don't mind tuning into Mike in the Night this Saturday. I appreciate you guys viewing in. Mike in the Night this Saturday. Don't forget, be here or be square. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Is this just a big pipe dream for me? Is this just a pipe dream? Am I severely... Ooh, look at this. It's a plantation. 50,000, 10 acres in a plantation. 50 grand. Again, park your RV and you grow tobacco 8 months of the year, and there's so much you could do on that land. Anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I really appreciate you guys staying overtime tonight. Wow, I'm overtime. I gotta put my kids to bed. And let me know what you guys think in the comments below, please. I look forward to reading your comments. Share this video. I'm sorry about the interruption with the internet, but it looks like it's running smooth now. Hopefully it runs smooth for Mike in the Night with no hiccups. I want to have a good show. I want to have some first-time callers on the show too, if that's okay. And ooh, Anthony just sent me $5. Ruvalakaba. Anthony, am I living in a pipe dream or what? Pipe dream, 6 months out of the year, 6 months have to be gone. No. 6 months is you could stay for 6 months and then you leave for a week and you come back and start your 6 months again after a week. Being out of the country. Well, it'd be 24 hours, but I'd say a week, 2 weeks, be out of the country, then come back and start your 6 months again. Thanks, Sean. Thanks, 3RG. Thanks, Mike Banks. Thanks, Anthony Ruvalakaba. Thank you, The Raven. Johnny D says, dang, my pickup was more than 50 grand. Dude, you could buy this plantation. This plantation, man. Again, put an RV, put some solar panels, just you know, pay your $200 a year in property tax and just be left alone. That's it. You don't have to be a hermit. You could go to the city, have a few drinks. You could drive 40 minutes and go to the major capital and just be with everyone, but just go home to quietness and freedom, you know? Anyways, I look forward to reading your comments. Let me know what you guys think. Good night to everybody, and we'll talk soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good night. Remember, guys, be careful, and if you hold on, let's go to full screen here. Remember, guys, take care, and if you